So the official Sails VS Code extension is here, and I am more than excited because for a very long time I have been obsessed with improving the developer experience of sales developers as well as the boring JavaScript stack developer. And you would have to agree, like a great editor tooling, like a great DX when writing full stack application with the boring JavaScript stack, or even building like your APIs, or even like a traditional, web site with sales. Great tooling is important. So I'm going to show you what the current version of the official Sales VS Code extension currently can do. And before that, I would want to go over like more like the history of my attempt at providing tooling for the editor for sales application. So we're going to start with something I built like half a decade ago or more, and then we're going to transition to the soft launch I did of the extension. I released it as zero point 0.5. It has been on the VS Code marketplace for a while, and I just made like the official push with the version that I feel strongly about. So strong that I, cut out a minor release zero point 0.1. So let's get into it. From history, um, we had Sailboat. So Sailboat, I published it 2020. This was the last updated. I published it 2020, so that's like half a decade ago. And it's been fairly used. I used it back then a lot. So I'm going to show you what it does. Like the main idea. The first thing that I wanted to do for tooling is the routes. So let me disable it first and restart it and show you what the routes would look like. So these are this is how routes have been mapped. So I think if you really want to understand how a sales app like work, the first place you have to check is the routes.js. So this is the first place I always check, right? So but now you could see they're all strings, right? And there's no much information like, well, I want to be able to do like, go to definition. And of course, it's going to tell me, of course, there's no definition for it because it's just string. And this bothered me a lot because, it's easy. You could do command P, then you search for it, but it could be so much easier for DX if you just click through, right? So the first Sailboat, that was one of the major thing I wanted to tackle with Sailboat, and I did tackle it. So we check if I enable it now and I check the routes, you get to see, okay, now we have these on the line here, right? And then this allows us to command option click through, and then it navigates. Pretty dope, right? It makes sense. But to me, these persistent lines feels dirty. I really did not like it. So I wanted to no, I prefer if you option hover on it, that's when the lines come out. But the knowledge I had at the time in 2020 when I built it, this was the best I could do. And this made it easier to navigate. But it wasn't true go to definition. It was more like a hack to make the string links. So yeah, it worked, but it wasn't the best I could do, but it was the best I could do at the time. So let's disable it and let's uninstall it because we don't need it. It's deprecated in favor of the sales extension, which I'm going to show you how to install in a bit. So I'm going to uninstall that and I'm going to go here, and then I will do sales. Okay, I don't think I have it stored yet because for this. So go sales, then this is the one you're looking for. You could see we have 229 installed already because like I said, I did it soft. I just published it to the VS Code marketplace and then didn't talk about it again. But it has been installed that amount of time, which is really good. So when you install it, I want to do something. I want to show you how the zero point 0.5 version, 0.0.5 version worked before the improvement. So back to our routes. Now you could see that there are no lines, but if I option over, you could see this. It's every part of the string is is it's been matched somehow. It works, but this felt dirty too because what I wanted in my imagination, what I really want is that when I hover any part of the string, the entire string gets the hyperlink. But it didn't work in 0.0.5 until now. So this work now for the navigation, and then navigate you to the routes file, to the action rather. So um, let's install the latest version, which is the one you would have when you install this. So if I install Zoop, you can see I uploaded that 2 hours ago as of the time of recording this video. So now when we restart, and now if I option over, ah, you don't know how beautiful this is to me, where I do this and the entire thing gets, of course, I click that. And the cool thing is this is true go to definition. It's not like the hack I did in Sailboat. So if I right click and do go to definition, it actually navigates because this is true go to navigation, go to definition, powered by the language server protocol. So we have a language server in this that this vscode extension is sending information to. So when I right click, it be like go to definition, it sends that to the language server, and then the language server, hey, says, hey, I know what this string matched to in an action. All right. That is super good. So this is the first thing you have, and I think it's going to improve DX. And of course, it does not clutter your editor with the persistent line. I hate the persistent line. I feel it's just so dirty. So I wanted to give the sales developers and the boring stack developers this really nice. It looks modern. It looks very clean, and it's true go to definition. Right. So another thing still on routes is, you know, one thing people like TypeScript for is for, like, it tells you when you that quick feedback. The current implementation of the sales language server as well as the VS Code extension is was sort of like mimicking static analysis, because sales already have most of this information that can let us statically analyze like your project and then give you quick feedback so that the errors you would run into when you do sales lift, it will be reduced because of this feedback. One of them is, for example, of course, you might have a typo for your action name. For example, if I do a typo like this, instead of sign up, I do sign ups. If you Before this extension, you won't know because it's just a string. But now we have diagnostics for action name, and if we check the problems, it will tell you what's up. It'll be like all/view signups does alt/view signups action does not exist. Please check the name or create it. And this feedback is really dope because you get to see and you get to avoid errors. So you and your teammates, they get to, like, especially with typos mostly. So I really love that. Still on routes, let me show you something I love. So if you want to add a new, like a route definition, if you open the strings, okay, that is the auth/view sign up thing. It's my VS Code Copilot doing its thing. But this is what I want you to see. It's we have autocomplete for all the actions in your project. So you could autocomplete and it also filter. So if the auth slash sorry, if view sign up, which was what before, you could see we could filter it. And yeah, you have autocomplete for your actions, which it's amazing for DX. So I really, really love that. So let's another thing we have autocomplete for in your file, in your route.js, is views. So let's say you are doing some pages at EJS. Before that, we also have go to definition. Like we could right click and do go to definition. We take you to the EJS file. That is just a test file, so nothing there. But we also option or control click and it goes there. And we also have we have autocomplete, which you could see the pages, your EJS pages in your project, and then you could choose the one you want to go to. So this is just quick feedback, so you don't have to go back and forth. Okay, what was that action name I created before? It's just all in here. All right, so that is it. And this we also I think there's also let me see. That the go-to definition also work for view template path. Like if you, so for example, this sign up.js, if this image is already in use, we want to do like a 500 for some reason, and this 500 is literally a template path in our app. So if we option click on it, it takes us directly to that definition of the 500 or any page you have, because you could do view template path. You could also click on it. Let me show you here as well. So if the view template path, you can also click on it to 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 navigate, and and also the autocomplete also works. All right, so that's for views and that's for action. Most often than not, you would spend majority of your time in your models. So let's look at the user model, for example. So we could define the attributes here. So we have autocomplete of attributes that are available for you to do, like for you to have in your model's attributes. So we could do is in, and you could see that. So you could see how we autocomplete. We could auto with so we have all this for you to choose the attributes that are available to you in your model. So it makes it easy for you to know. So if you're new to sales, this is really important for you, because you could see the different attributes that you could pass to a models like column. So we could do like is in, we could do the primary key, we could do the type, could do unique, and all this information. This just auto completes it for you. And I really love that so much. And one thing I like, so there are strict types in sales, like I think we have a couple of them. So if, for example, you meant to type and then you mistype it, you get to have the rest quickly. So this takes care of typo issues. So and so you also tell you that okay, this is not string, it's not a recognized data type, valid data types are string, number, boolean, JSON ref. So it tells you that. So yeah, this auto completes for types, and attributes also exist for actions as well, because your actions inputs can also have types which can be auto completed, and you could see the types. Okay, so I don't know how to turn off the Copilot. Copilot. Yeah, I'm going to disable completion. So yeah, that would help. So if we do that, you could see the types are also here for you to pick. So these are types, and you could select the type you would want. I could put that in there. Um, So what next do we have? What in terms of the different things you could do? Um, so yeah, we also have validation for inertia pages. So let me go to view. Let's say view login, for example. So this is an inertia page. So inertia is the key ingredient that make the Boeing JavaScript stack work. So we have this little syntax for you saying that let's return a page. So this project is definitely using Vue. So we could also provide diagnostic for initial pages. So you also, so that in case you have a typo or anything, we make sure that you get that feedback before you run your application. And we also have auto complete for all the pages in the app. So this is for login. So we just pick that, and also you can click and you navigate to the inertia page or your UI language components, which is either Vue, React, or JXS, as the case may be. So we have go to definition for helpers you define in your project. So you could do the same thing, hold command or option click, and then it will navigate you to the helper. This is just amazing because this it just makes it easy to like check definition of stuff and see if if you could get to them. And so one caveat of the current implementation of go to helpers is that only helpers you define in your project, like it's in like the helpers directory, that's the one we could navigate to. We can't navigate to helpers that are published to your application from like a sales hook or something. So because we wouldn't know how to do that yet. So this is the current um limitation of that. So yeah. So just I thought to mention that. So policies. Which another place where we have lots of strings. So if you check, for example, we have this, and it's so a policy is like true. There are access control mechanism in sales where you could guard certain actions to like okay if only the user is authenticated, that's when you'll be able to like do XYZ. So we get to map them in this config slash policies.js DSL. So because it's string, you could have typos, of course. But now with the sales language server and the VS Code extension, we have this smart way of telling you that okay, hey, policy not found. Make sure it exists in API slash policies. So make sure you go check it out. And we also have autocomplete for policies, which I really love. So you could see all the policies in action, and it supports both the string syntax and the array of string syntax as well. Also works here, so that is really dope. So I like that. Um, So that's it. That is the official Sales VS Code extension. I am super hyped. And mind you, this is like 0.1.0 version. So if you have any suggestions or what you want to see in it, I might not have demoed all the features. So you go play around with it. There's, of course, the README, how things it would do. There will be bugs. I saw a couple just now demoing it to you. I'm going to make fixes really quickly so that it will be in the marketplace, so you get to have it. So the goal is to make you not miss TypeScript if you adopt on Sales or the Boring JavaScript stack, because let's face it, TypeScript also uses a language server. That's the reason why you have all those feedback, those squiggly line and everything. So if we give Sales, because Sales already give us that richness of machine and anchor and ROTTC for our runtime type checking, and also we could use that to provide some static analysis for your code to give you really nice and superb DX. So if you have suggestions of what you want to see in this extension, leave it in the comments. Install it, use it, report bugs to me, and of course you could contribute to it to take it to the next level. I want like I said, I don't want you to miss TypeScript. Of course, you could use TypeScript for you. If I use the boring stack, you could use TypeScript in your React as TSX, and for your view, you could use TypeScript. All but for sales, we already have this rich information we could statically analyze to just make your life superb and easy. So I had so much fun building this. I'm going to be adding more features to it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.